the dream, you know, the hopeless dream, I never thought we'd do it, but the dream was Brixton, you know, I thought that's the unachievable dream. God, if we could do that, you know, life is complete type thing. And then, you know, bloody did it. And then you do have that sense of disappointment almost, because it's like, oh, well, what now? You know, this is what realising your dream feels like. After that, you do kind of look around and sort of think, well, why are we doing this? You know, what do we want to do next? Keep it coming, keep it coming. Oh, this is starting to hurt my neck.
Just watch the screws. Professional. Professional recording studio.
That's a good kick. I don't think many people get a chance to make an album like this anymore. You know, it's the first time we've had the luxury of actually spending a prolonged period of time in a studio, like on location almost, as it were. Even, you know, wanting to do an album that way is a kind of ambition these days, really. There's not too many bands who can do it, so very lucky there. How's that? Dusty, come here. Stop it. Sit. Stay. Stay. Oi. Stay. Right, James, I'm in the prime of my musical life. I'm ready to give the performance of a lifetime.
What am I actually playing with this?
I don't know, try some stuff, see what sounds good. Listen to how ridiculously heavy it is. Get this right, we're now up to 6 mics for one bass.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
So you know this pattern that's really heavily reliant on the hi-hats?
Yes.
We thought it'd be a good idea to turn the hi-hat mic off. Oh, now I have to fix it. Hello, producer. Here's your work. So starting is the hardest thing.
Does it matter where I come in?
Of course it matters, it's a song. Ready. You watch that creaky chair. I see you. Here we go.
It's more about the kind of the broad sweep from coal being a material in an industry that kind of was the backbone of Britain's industrial, you know, might and power. And even in the mid-70s to have promises of jobs for life, and South Wales coalfield would be turning out coal for several hundred years yet, you know. For that to have ended less than 10 years later in a sort of a total betrayal of an industry and a total sort of systematic destruction of an industry to make a political point. You know, and these people were kind of used up and sort of spent, I suppose, in making Britain what it was. I think that's what it's about, really. It's about the betrayal of a community, and it's about the effect that that's had on the community. That's really the story. I keep telling people it's not really about mining. It kind of is, but it's really about community. The one thing I wanted for this album was it to have that kind of richness and that depth and feel almost kind of from the earth in a way, and kind of embrace a bit more of the kind of imperfection and embrace a bit more of the noise, hence recording to tape, and, you know, being able to draw on a wide range of instrumentation, I think is a big part of that. Could you stop on beat 3, actually, please, if that's not too much?
Yeah, absolutely fine, mate. No probs.
That was great. That was it, the last one you did there. That was it. That's what we're after, yeah.
bum 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 bum. So the emphasis on 1 and 3.
Your tone here is simply divine.
Take me home. Can I have an A, Margaret, please?
Do I hold on to the note or do I let it go
No,
for them?
yeah,
Let it go, okay.
Okay, so it's Gaval vi nai thy thou nai thou chdi. Progress. Yeah, that's it. That's the melody.
Can we get the same thing again? With a bit more sparkle.
That's a good noise. It's a real melting pot, this album, in terms of instrumentation and players and kind of the background of people kind of coming to play on it, and, you know, even the sort of locations, you know, using some brass players from London but using local strings. And I guess I've been pleasantly surprised by how receptive everyone's been to the idea and to the theme of it. But it just felt like the proper thing to do, because I'm very aware of this sort of issue of authenticity to do with this, and undeniably a sort of middle-class South London boy, and being like, what the hell do you know? You know, no mining history in my family, or what right do you have, what authority do you have to write about this? And the same authority that I had to write about Space Race, really, you know, and you know, Everest and Spitfires and all that. But I do think it's interesting to be covering them and to be writing music around it and to be using it as a kind of an inspiration for making what I hope is, you know, art. Can't really apologise for that. It's, you know, I think if you do your research, and I think if you do it in the proper way, and if you do it with a degree of empathy and also with a degree of engagement, which is one of the reasons for wanting to come to the area to actually make the album, I think hopefully that speaks to doing it the right way. It's about trying to make something that's interesting and engaging and worthwhile, and that hopefully speaks to people and will still be around, you know, in years to come. You know, that's what we're aiming to do in the end, and that was one of the things that kind of post-Brixton realisation, really. It's not about, you know, success or yardsticks or money or acclaim. It's about actually trying to make something that is creatively engaging and, you know, resonant.